Hey everybody, Yankee here. Recently I did a video on the 3 must-have bladed weapons for the zombie apocalypse. What 3 blades do you absolutely have to have for the end times? And I'll put a link to that video in the upper corner of this video if you haven't seen it yet and you want to. But in that video, I talked about a machete being something you definitely need to have, and I actually said you should probably have 2 of them. One that you put aside for the end times and one you actually use. And I showed the one I actually use. And the reason I said you want to do that is because if you use a machete a lot, you'll damage it. I had recently used this one to remove a small tree from the road. Probably about a 7 or 8 inch in diameter tree. I actually managed to hack it up pretty good with this to where I could get it out of the way. And when you do stuff like that, you're going to end up with damage to your blade. And since I said that, a lot of people said, hey, how do you actually repair your blades, like your machete, when you put a ding or some damage on the edge of the blade? Well, first off, I want to say I'm the last person you should be asking this question of. I know very little about blades. Not an expert in any way. I don't know a whole lot about anything, but I know even less about maintaining blades. It's just something I've never been into that much, mainly because I'm scared of them, because I live in perpetual fear of cutting off my dingus or poking out my eyeballs. And I am a careless person, and I know that about myself, so I kind of sparingly use blades. I only use them when I have to, and I try to be extra careful with them. But even though I can't tell you the proper way to maintain your blade, I can tell you what I do since people asked. So I thought I'd do a really quick video today showing you what I do when I get damage to my machete or another similar type of weapon. Well, usually when you damage the edge of these, you're going to have a bend. So the first thing I do is I find a nice flat piece of metal. There's a piece on the back of my vise that I have mounted on my work table that is perfect for this. So I go over to that, I get myself a little tack hammer, I put my blade on that flat piece of metal and I hammer out the bend, the little ding, that little folded piece on the very edge. I hammer it out from both sides until it's nice and flat. Now, you might not get a perfect flat edge on your blade this way, but you will get the blade itself back to being flat. You'll probably still have lost a little bit of steel. You'll have a little nick, but that's better than having a bend in the actual edge. So once I get that edge flattened out, the next thing I do is I just take a little rasp, a little file, and I make sure there's no burrs. I just go over it, make sure that it's flat, make sure that the blade is flat and straight on that edge. And that's very easy to do. You just run it over it a few times, get off any little burrs. And then I just get out my sharpener, put it in my vise, and I run it over it a few times until my blade is nice and sharp. Once you think you got it where you want it, you just test it, see if it's sharp, and then you're ready to go. And that's all I do with my machete. I just, like I said, hammer out the little defects, file it flat, and then sharpen it up. And I know this is where a lot of people are going to tell me how I'm absolutely wrong in what I do with my blade and how I fix it. And you're probably absolutely right. And anybody out there that wants to know how to do it right should probably listen to the people in the comment section. Because like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. But that's what I do. And even though people will probably tell me the right way to do it, I doubt I will change how I do it because I'm old and I've been doing it this way for a long time and it served me so far, even if it's not the right thing to do. So if you want to learn how to do it right, pay attention to the people in the comments section. But like I said, I'm probably not because, I'm at that age, if I learn something new, I have to forget something old. And if I learn how to care for this blade properly, that doesn't mean I'm going to forget the other way to do it. I might forget something else important, like how to drive or something. So I won't be changing what I do, but hopefully there'll be some good information in the comment section. And that right there is what I do when I get damage to one of my bladed weapons.